We can't do it on Tuesday, but we can do it on Wednesday. We can only do it on 2, 4, or 5, only in the first and second fiscal quarters of the year, and only by a left-handed dentist. Got it. Thank you.
So I grew up, my father we owned restaurants. And that's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business. And I grew up learning that you have to work real, real hard. You have to work all the time in order to be successful. And so that's what I modeled. And then, I realized you can't live that way. The only way that you can actually live is by figuring out how to get the things around you to work for you. Because you lose your family like my father did. You lose your friends, you lose yourself a lot of the time. So you have to figure this stuff out in order to make it work, you know?
Yeah.
So, and that's where I think the whole idea of the front of the house versus the back of the house, in my mind, comes in, because that's what happens in a restaurant. You have the front of the house, which is all the tables and the servers, and then you have the back of the house, which is all the cooks and the production. It's really no different in a dental office. It's the same kind of concept.
That's right, because if the food isn't good, it doesn't matter how nice the server was. But if the server wasn't nice, it doesn't matter how good the food was. Both of those things have to work together, and that's a concept that has to work in the office too. Mm-hmm. You can't have A+ clinical team and people at the front who don't know what they're talking about, or an A+ office manager and then a rogue back office staff who don't play well together. You can't be distracted by things that kill your productivity, especially things that are unnecessary.
Like insurance.
Insurance kills your productivity. It's designed to kill your productivity. But
I mean, like in the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like, does my insurance pay for a steak?
No.
No.
No. Exactly.
Weird. Like, that would be a weird concept.
But the other thing is that's so really important is that insurance has so many turns, so many hidden ways not to pay, that your staff can get bogged down in that. And they can actually it's a time suck. They actually quit being productive because they're so busy trying to find every last detail of coverage. But the truth is, they only got $1,000 worth of coverage.
Which is what you got in 1972.
Right. They still have the same insurance plans as they had in 1972. What's different between now and 1972 is there's more loopholes than there were in 1972, twice as many questions to ask, and they don't pay for 2019 technology. Mm-hmm. They pay for the best materials available in 1972, amalgam fillings. But they don't pay for 2019 resin fillings. They don't pay for silver diamine fluoride. They don't pay for cone beam. Those things that actually make a night and day difference in how successful you are in the treatment of your patient.
Well, and you have to go through all these loopholes, and it takes forever to find out from the insurance company what a patient has, and most of the time patients don't know. So my outlook is like the insurance company should be paying us better because we're the ones doing all the legwork for their patients that they're paying their premiums to. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's correct. And whenever a patient is surprised with a bill, they never blame the insurance company. They always blame the dental office, and they say you tricked them or you tried to rip them off. And if you knew how hard it was to just get the right information to start with, we have to set our patients up with the correct expectations. We ask your insurance company about your coverage, but they don't always share all the information. If they don't share all the information, here's our plan. Here's our contingency plan. We know that's not what they do, and here's our contingency plan for this, and here's what we did ahead of time.
And that's what your training does for the front office staff when dealing with insurance. There is no insurance, dental insurance billing school like there is for medical billing. There's no school for that. So people just wing it and figure it out as they go, but Sheri has already figured it out.
Yeah.
And so all you have to do is do what she says, and it
works. Money, dollars.
Oh, it saves you a ton. It brings in the money too.
Yep. But it's the key frustration for your staff. Because they really do they understand the patient. They're in healthcare because they want to help people. And then they get these impossible obstacles and they're problems they can't actually solve because they're little loopholes here, little loopholes here. It's very frustrating. So just teaching them how to manage that pathway is very important, because it's not like insurance is going to
It's
change.
not going away.
But also,
gonna be here forever.
every time we figure out a trick, they're going to come up with a new one. So it's going to keep changing. We need to manage how we handle the constant change, the constant surprises, and help our patients manage them as well.
Yeah, and I think instead of fighting insurance and fighting patients, we have to kind of unite and work this out together, because otherwise it's never going to work.
Well, educated patients make good treatment decisions. Educated consumers make good purchasing decisions, and we aren't educating the consumers who are buying insurance plans. We should be.
Yeah.